Boker Tov, children of Yahuah and the truth. I am going to be continuing on with video 20 of Yahuah's redemptive story, the action Besorah. If you have a copy, you can follow along. I'm on page 312. Okay. A fool and his wife. Oh no. Okay. I had another bookmark in here because I loved that psalming influence chapter where he sings. The song is really soothing. So I was trying to save the page, but now I can't find the page and my bookmark fell out. But that's alright. Okay, so A Fool and His Wife, based on 1 Samuel 25. David, we're running low on supplies. Also, Nabal is in town for the sheep shearing festival. Nabal? We've been protecting his shepherds and flocks for months. David's army grows more capable. What? Okay, my computer just said something. That's weird. Okay, let's go on. David's army grows more capable and loyal by the day, but other practical matters get in the way. Nabal is a wealthy man and a distant relative of David's. Long life and good health to you and everything you own. Your Adonai, David, sends his compliments. You know that David has protected these lands, including your property, since he returned to Yehudah. Do you have any food you think you could spare for us, especially during this festive season? Roscoe, down! Anybody want a Rottweiler? Let me know. Okay, here we go. You know that David has protected these lands, including your property, since he returned to Yehudah. Do you have any food you think you could spare for us, especially during this festive season? Send for yourselves, you vagabonds. Rob the Philistines if you're so hungry. David might think he's the next king, but he's just another outlaw. Back in camp, David is not pleased to hear this development. That ungrateful wretch. He wouldn't even have those sheep if we hadn't kept the Philistines from carrying them off. Put on your swords. Sorry. Okay, my apologies. Put on your swords. Okay. 2 servants run to tell Nabal's wife, Abigail, what happened. David's men came asking for food, and our master sent them away with nothing but insults. David's men really were very good to us, but our foolish Adonai won't listen to us, and we're afraid of how David will respond. Quickly, follow me. 200 loaves of bread, 2 skins of wine, 5 sheep, 5 bushels of grain. Is that enough? Add 200 fig cakes. Anything else? Yes, don't mention this to my husband. I'm off to protect his foolish life. Meanwhile, not to mention the waste of effort protecting that fool's fortune, he has paid me back. Evil for good. With Yahuah as my witness, no one in his house will be alive tomorrow. David and his army set out just as Abigail arrives with her provisions. When Abigail sees David suddenly appear with fury in his eyes, she falls to her knees. My Adonai, the future king.
We're going out.
I have to interrupt for a quick praise report. If it's the truth that my husband's saying, he was learning about and talking about the Lost Books of Enoch with our neighbor's nephew. They're both related to the owner of the building, and my husband was talking to him, and they were talking about the Book of Enoch, and I think it's because of they've been hearing me, because the walls are so thin, they've been hearing me read the Book of Enoch on here. Praise Yah, if that's the truth. Because my husband, he used to be quite the liar. He used to lie all the time, and he used to never be able to know whether he was telling the truth. But I do have discernment. It's just I get a little excited when I hear him say something like that. but I don't understand what's been going on lately. The rest I'll explain in one of my adult videos. Love you all. Here we go. I'll finish up with here. I apologize. I just got excited when I heard him say that. And I said, praise Yahuah. Listen to me, please. Ignore the insults of my stupid husband Nabal and his name means fool for a reason. Please, my master, don't sink to his level. Don't bloody your hands for the sake of revenge. Let the Adonai judge Nabal for his wickedness. When you are king, you will not want your people to say you murdered one of your own subjects. David's anger has cooled during this faithful woman's brave speech. Praise the Adonai for sending you. You have saved both my honor and innocent lives. Thank you for this gift. Take your donkeys and go in peace.
Just because you can't be
the next morning when Abigail, I believe it's Abigail, tells Nabal about his narrow escape, he is struck dead with fright. When David hears the news... Oh, shit, I apologize, guys. Okay, when David hears the news... He realizes how right Abigail had been. The Adonai punished Nabal so that he would not have to fight a fellow Yashraelite. You know, now that Saul has given Michal to another man in marriage, you could use an intelligent and resourceful woman around here. You're right. Abigail has proven her wisdom, and she believes in me. I want to be the honorable, Yah-fearing king she thinks I can be. I will ask her to be my wife, or my Asha. As David's new Asha, Abigail continues to prove her wisdom and resourcefulness in helping David run his camp. Under her influence, his men begin to act less like a band of renegades and more like a king's army. David leads his men wisely and well for several years, but he is always under the shadow of Saul's jealousy. The fall of Saul. Finally, huh? Hold on. Oh, Belladina. Sorry. Okay, I apologize. Okay, so, Roscoe. For all of Saul's empty promises, I apologize, guys. I apologize. Bella's still in her teenage stage right now, and she's in her third one, and Roscoe is huge, and he acts like a bull and charges after us, and it's just been ridiculous the last week. So I pray that this is over soon. All right. Given up his hatred of David. He has never given up his hatred of David. In between fighting against the Philistines, he leads his army after David. While spying on their camp, David decides on a risky plan to end Saul's persecution once and for all. Hey, Abishai, you want to be a hero? In the dark of night, David and his nephew sneak into the camp. They carefully pick their way through the sleeping soldiers. One wrong step, and they could wake the whole army, an army that wants nothing more than to kill them. Stealthily, they creep up beside the sleeping king. Yahuah has put your enemy in our hands. With one blow, I can pin him to the ground. I promise I won't miss. No, the Adonai appointed Saul king of Yasharal, and the Adonai will decide when and how Saul is to die. Just hand me his spear and water jug. The next morning, David calls down to Saul's camp. King Saul, do these look familiar? You took them while I slept. Again, you could have killed me, and you didn't. I have been a fool. I'll never try to hurt you again. Okay, sorry, I forgot to show the first page. Here, guys. Okay. Look, they're leaving. They're leaving. You're safe. No, Saul made the same promise before. I'll never be safe as long as the king lives. But Saul is not safe either. His army is confronted by the unified Philistine forces. When Saul sees the powerful Philistine army, he is afraid. Frantically, he calls upon Yahuah for help. But because he'd killed Yahuah's priests and disobeyed Yahuah's commands, Yahuah would no longer speak to him. Terrified, he resorts to a dark tower. That kind of reminds me of a lot of the evil queens that lived in dark towers in the Disney movies. Okay. Where can I find a woman who speaks with the spirits of the dead? I need some advice. Uh-oh. Never do this. There's a witch at Endor, but we can't let people see us breaking the law, so we'll have to go by night. That night, Saul and 2 servants sneak across the hills to the village of Endor and knock on a door. I'll pay you well to call up the spirit of the one I name. Surely you know that King Saul has ordered all witches put to death. Are you trying to trap a poor old woman? I swear to the Adonai that nothing will happen to you if you do what I ask. Very well. What spirit can I call up to soothe your troubled soul? Call up the spirit of the prophet Samuel. Okay. No. This lady that they're speaking to here is the witch. The woman calls for the spirit of Samuel. For a moment, all is still. Then a human shape slowly appears in the smoke. Divination is wrong, and it's something that is against everything Yahuah stands for. Suddenly, the witch cries out in terror. Oh no! It really is Samuel! You must be King Saul! Please don't kill me! Why have you roused me? The Philistines are attacking me. Yahuah has rejected me. I need you to tell me what to do. If the Adonai wouldn't help you, what makes you think I will? You rejected the Adonai's commands, so now he's rejected you. Dawid will be the next king. Tomorrow your army will be defeated, and you and your sons will be dead. In despair and weakness, Saul falls flat on the ground, unable to get up. So,
Oh my God, it's very cold.
I put it in the microwave. Please don't hurt me for doing what you asked. I'm doing something. It's okay. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me for doing what you asked. I am sorry for Samuel had such bad news for you. Please just take this food and leave me in peace. Saul doesn't want any food, but the witch and his guards encourage him to eat. After he has time to regain some strength, he returns to his camp. The next morning, the Philistines attack. Under a weak and frightened king, Yasharal retreats in panic. The enemy is everywhere. We can't stop them. The sons, where are they? My sons, where are they? Dead, sir. Dead, and I am badly wounded. Draw your sword and kill me. I would rather die by your hand than be captured by the Philistines. Kill my king? I can't. So Saul draws his own sword and falls on it, killing himself. Samuel's prophecy is fulfilled. The reign of King Saul comes to a tragic end. No wonder he went to a witch for advice. It's the wrong thing to do. Just rewards, based on 2 Samuel 1:1 through 2:7. The books of 2 Samuel and 1 Chronicles record the same period of history, the reign of Dawid, Yasharal's greatest king. 2 Samuel is the original history as written down by the prophets, while 1 Chronicles fills in gaps from the perspective of the priests. Still in exile, Dawid always thinks about Saul and Jonathan. He wonders how their battle with the Philistines turned out. A thief who had looted the battlefield tries to win Dawid's favor. Who are you, and what brings you here? I come from the battle between the Philistines and Yasharal. I have great news. Your old enemy, King Saul, is dead, and so is Prince Jonathan. How do you know this? I don't know how Jonathan died, but I found the king on the battlefield. He was injured and asked me to kill him. I did, and here are his crown and armband to prove it. What? Even if the king asked you to kill him, you had no right to take the life of the man Yahuah
What
chose
is
to be
this
king of
all over this?
Yasharal.
Oh!
For this crime, you will pay with your own life.
No.
So the man who lied to get a reward received a different reward, the one he deserved. Even though Saul had treated him unfairly, David pours the deaths of his king and his best
You got
friend,
stuff all over. This is gross.
mourns the death of his kings and his best friend.
You gotta stop putting stuff on his blood.
In his grief, David writes a lament, a mournful song praising Saul and Jonathan. He teaches it to all his followers, and they sing it together. It's called the Song of the Bow. The glory of Yasharal lies slain in the hills.
He's got stuff all over this. It's disgusting.
Do not spread this evil news. The bow of Jonathan did not turn back. Saul and Jonathan loved in life, together in death. How the mighty have fallen. Do not give our enemies a reason to rejoice. The sword of Saul did not retreat. They were faster than eagles and stronger than a lion. I grieve because Jonathan, my brother, is dead. How the mighty have fallen. We weep because Saul, our father, is dead. Yasharal's heroes lie slain in the hills.
This thing shouldn't even have stuff on it. There shouldn't be nothing on this. It's all over it.
Go!
No. You can't. He's gonna get over it. All that's on his line is hurt.
Eventually, David thinks of his own future. Now that Saul is dead, David knows that he can't return from exile, but before he makes any plans, he prays to Yahuah. Adonai, shall I return now to my own people in Yehudah? Yahuah tells David to go home, and when he does, the people of Yehudah welcome their hero and make him king of their tribe. Yahuah bless King David. Long live the king! For his first act as king, David commends the men from Jabesh Gilead, who had snuck past the Philistines to make sure that Saul and Jonathan received an honorable burial. He promises that he and Yahuah will show them favor for their bravery.
It's not gonna come out. He got this whole thing ruined. It's ruined. Yep, ruined.
It's made out of fabric where you can wash it.
I can't get it out. No, he's got it all this
Royal Rivals.
Stain.
Based on 2 Samuel 2:8 and
Bro,
through
I just want to
3:21.
move it. I don't even want it here.
Now that King Saul is dead, David is made king of his own tribe of Yehudah. But trouble brews across the Jordan River. No, it's not. Saul's most powerful general, Abner, declares that Saul's youngest son, Ishbosheth, is king over all the other tribes of Yasharal. We can take the vacuum thing and put it on it. But the crafty general knows that Ishbosheth is so weak that Abner himself will always be the real power behind the throne. But will the people support me, Abner? David has many loyal followers. That's why we must wipe him out right now. If we wait, he will be strong enough to take your kingdom from you. Without wasting any time, Abner marshals what is left of Saul's army and rides against Joab and David's forces. In turn, Joab rallies David's men and meets Abner's army at the pool of Gibeon. For a moment, the two armies face each other, uncertain what to do against their own countrymen. The first blow in this battle will mark the beginning of a civil war.
You just gotta. You can't be going into tell. You try to tell people.
Okay.
The true thing is probably like the book of Enoch.
When he sees David's forces,
two, he said, like, just look everyone outside are not that great. The last one's probably the one that you really got to pay.
Yeah, Abner knows it will be a tough fight. So I have to find Enoch 5?
No, there's only 3.
There's 5, Money.
No, there's 3. There's 3.
Okay, so it will be a tough fight. So he takes a cue from an old enemy, Goliath, and challenges Joab to select champions for combat. Come, Joab. We both want to spare our men's lives after all. We're all sons of Yahuah, related by blood and by Yahuah. You choose 12 men, and I'll choose 12 men. Let them fight, and the victor can claim the victory. The 24 champions fight, but they are so evenly matched that they kill each other to a man. In the fierce battle, there was dust and dirt in it, and there was hair.
There's gonna be every time you vacuum. Just
Yes. Yes. No, I'm not. Each other evenly matched that they kill each other to a man. In the fierce battle that follows, Abner's army is pushed back. Run! Joab grabs his brother Asahel. Quickly, if we can kill Abner, all resistance to Dawid will disappear. Dawid's nephew focuses his pursuit on Abner. Go back, Asahel. I know your brother Joab. I don't want to have to kill you. No, I will not let you get away. Knowing he can't outrun the younger man, Abner stops suddenly and plants his spear in the ground. Asahel is running so quickly that he can't stop in time, and he is killed. The battle is a victory for Dawid's men. They killed 360 of Abner's forces and lose only 20 soldiers themselves, including Asahel. But when Joab learns of his brother's death, he is filled with grief and the need for revenge. Let me know in the comments if it is better for me to show the whole 2 pages together or one at a time.
You can see the whole book.
Okay, with each battle, Dawid grows stronger. Ishbosheth grows more fearful by the day. Not only does he fear Dawid, but he also starts to distrust Abner's motives. One day he accuses Abner. How dare you question me? Just for that, I will transfer my allegiance to Dawid. By losing me, you just lost your kingdom. Abner had realized that Dawid would eventually defeat Ishbosheth. He wanted to switch his loyalties anyway, and this gives him just the excuse. Abner carries out his threat and offers to help Dawid add the rest of Yasharal to his kingdom. I've spoken with the other tribes. They will bow to you if I say the word. Dawid replies with an invitation to a feast. Thank you, Toda Rabbah, for your kindness. I'll join forces with you. You, my Adoni, will reign over all Yasharal, or you, my master. And that is the end for our story time today. I love you all, children of Yahuah in the truth. I hope you learned something new from the story time today. Shalom and blessings. Baruch haba b'Shem Yahuah.